How we doing, guys? Another video. Now, I'm gonna start with the obvious. Yes, it has been a minute since I've made a video. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been through a rough patch, and you know I've been struggling to get back on track. But I'm back on track now, and you'll be hopefully seeing some more videos out of me in the coming days and weeks. But I'm back, and I've got some more stuff to talk about. So today's video is about anxiety and depression, but how recovering from anxiety and depression actually gives you a massive advantage compared to others. Now, anybody who's experienced anxiety or depression will tell you that it's no easy trip. I personally have had anxiety for a long time, pretty much since puberty, really. And it's only really through NoFap that I've been able to recover from that anxiety. So, and I'm here to talk about my experience with anxiety, and how recovering from anxiety gives you this massive advantage compared to other people who haven't suffered through anxiety. First of all, I usually like to film when it's nice and it was supposed to be nice and rainy today, but that hasn't happened yet. Apparently it's supposed to be thunder and lightning soon, but how it is right now, I don't know if that's going to happen. But you know, we'll make do with this sunny backdrop. Now, my personal experience with anxiety is that, like I said, I've had it for as long as I can remember. And I can definitely, really how terrible it is. Anybody, if you're watching this and you've suffered through anxiety, you know how bad it is. Every single day is a challenge. Unless your day is 100% predictable, it's already been laid out, you're not comfortable. You're not, anything that deviates from what you're expecting and what you're wanting, puts your brain into a frenzy, and you just can't react right, and it's horrible. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy. I went through high school and absolutely hated high school, and I think probably the main reason is because of anxiety. Every single day felt like a challenge. The weekends just didn't feel long enough. The 7 weeks we got off for summer holidays was not enough. You'd get back to school blues. It just wasn't enjoyable. It was very difficult, and even outside of school anxiety, you can't sleep because you're worried about things. You can't enjoy anything because your mind's another place. People talk to you, but you're not really listening because you're too busy worrying about something. During it is extremely frustrating, because you look at other people, you just think, how can you enjoy your life? Like, how can you do all these things? Like, how can you go out and talk to people and not feel uncomfortable? How can you live your life and be happy? How can you have a full night of sleep, and how can you get to sleep so quickly and without having to stay up for a while watching something to calm you down? And that's another thing is, I've done a video on sleep. When you're anxious, you feel like you need to make use of every free minute you get. I used to stay up on school nights till 1 a.m. just because I wanted to make use of all the time I had, and I couldn't get to sleep because I was anxious about the next day. But if you know this channel, then you know that this is coming back to NoFap. NoFap is the anxiety killer. I know if you've just clicked on this video and you don't know what NoFap is, and you don't know the benefits, this is going to sound like a lot of mumbo jumbo. This is going to sound like a lot of snake oil, but I can guarantee you that within 4 days of NoFap, you will feel drastically less anxious if you have anxiety. But I can also guarantee if you relapse, that anxiety will come back with a vengeance. So you know, you need to stay the path, as I've learned, you know, recently. But the thing is that your anxiety gets killed, and you can finally live life as a regular human being. You finally live life like those people that you looked at and you thought, how can you enjoy that? Well, it's because life is enjoyable. Life is supposed to be enjoyed. How can you sleep at night easily? Well, because I've got no worries and I can fall asleep knowing that there's nothing tomorrow that I'm worried about. But coming on to why I believe having anxiety gives you an advantage is because you know how it is to suffer. You know how it is to not enjoy a single day, and you know the bad times. It's I was watching The Matrix recently, and you know, if you've ever seen it, basically there's like a simulation created for humans to keep them happy or whatever. And at the start they had made a simulation where life was perfect, but the humans just didn't respond good to it. It's because that we need the bad to see the good. You need suffering to actually enjoy life. It's the reason that celebrities end up overdosing on drugs and stuff, is because they've got no challenges, so life becomes boring, and they search for something to bring purpose or whatever to it, and they end up taking drugs, and that's a totally different subject. But so once you get on NoFap and your anxiety disappears, you start to treasure and you start to cherish every single day. You appreciate every single little thing. You appreciate, you know, the sun in the sky. You appreciate the smell of the fresh air. You appreciate sunsets. You appreciate a good film. You appreciate spending time with friends and family. You appreciate like little conversations. You appreciate everything and anything that can be appreciated. You appreciate. And I think the reason behind that is because you know the shit times. So just regular life, a regular day without anxiety just feels like an absolute treasure. It feels, you know, it feels beautiful. To somebody who hasn't suffered anxiety, it's just a regular day to them. But to you, who knows how it is for life to be torture, you appreciate it and you enjoy it. And that's one of just the beautiful things about, you know, anxiety. I'm certain this would apply to depression as well. I personally, well, I'm sure I had, you know, little bits of depression, but I've never actually, you know, had depression on the same level that I've had anxiety. But I can promise you that if you're a man, I don't know how NoFap affects women, but I can say as a man, if you have anxiety, try NoFap and your anxiety will disappear. At least it might not I won't guarantee that it'll disappear, but I'll guarantee that it will be drastically reduced, and you will start to, you know, appreciate life a little bit more. Just like having a full night's sleep, that's an absolute treasure and so enjoyable. And just waking up in your own bed and knowing that you have no worries, it just reshapes your life. And like I said, because you know the shit, you can appreciate the good. You can appreciate the normal and mundane that other people just can't see, but you can see it because like you treasure it compared to your anxiety days. But I suppose that's everything I need to say about it. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but like I said, I've been going through a rough patch, and it's only really now that I've gotten the confidence to come back. And because I personally need to be in the right mood to make videos. I need to have that creative mind. I need to have the energy and the ability to improvise. I don't script these videos, I just improvise them. I need to have the energy to improvise, and I need to have the creativeness to do all this. But yeah, so if you got anxiety, try NoFap. If you're on NoFap and you had anxiety, you can definitely relate to me, and And if you've got your own experience, then I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good time, having a good summer, and I'll see you next time.